teaching pronunciation differently. And Nest, Moodle for Teachers, we have Nelly, of course. And flipped learning, I think Carolina's going to be along. Anybody else from flipped learning? And experiential learning, I know that Anna Krulatz is going to be here, but she's not here yet. Nobody from developing intercultural competence through the use of online. Well, this is the end of that. I hate these long titles. Through the use of online resources or design thinking. We don't have anybody for that yet. Okay, but we have a good bunch of folks to start out with. Hi, Maria. And Tom Hodgers is here, also from Moodle for Teachers. Welcome to Nancy from Florence, Firenze. It's very quiet here.
Yeah.
We're going to go live in about 2 minutes, by which, no, it's not really live. We're going to start recording in about 2 minutes.
Yes. Meanwhile, we are live. We're streaming. And I guess that is definitely streaming. Just change. Let me change the slide just to see if it's coming on the stream.
Slide.
Oh, here we go. Let's see. We need to be on this slide.
This slide.
There we are. Okay.
Until we get started.
Don't see it changing the stream yet, but it could be doing it soon.
Yekaterina, you're M4T.
Yes.
JA is Jose Antonio da Silva.
Okay, I'm checking the stream. It appears to be live. We haven't started the recording yet, but the Illuminate or the Blackboard recording has not started, but the stream has started. So if you're in this session, don't go to the stream unless you mute it, because otherwise it'll play with your mind. But it does seem that we'll have a YouTube recording as well as the Illuminate or the Blackboard Collaborate recording. Let's see. Oh yes, I need to go to.
That's great news. Okay, so actually we have moderators here for almost every session at this point. At least one moderator. We do not have any for classroom-based research, design thinking, do-it-yourself online assessment, and NNEST teaching pronunciation, and for the moment experiential learning. But we have at least one person, sometimes two, for everything else. So I suggest that once we get started, that we just skip over and start with Minecraft, Vance, if you don't mind doing that. And then we can work our way down the slides, pretty much. And then go back and hit the ones we didn't get if they send a representative. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yes, it makes sense.
Okay, and I can work the slides.
Okay. So as you can see,
and Nelly has other slides, so she can work those when she's using them.
Okay.
So I'm ready to go if you want to start.
Ready to go? Okay. let's see. This is, I have to just recall what episode this is. I think it's 356. Let me just double check that. Yep. Okay. All right, I'm ready to get started.
Go for it.
I just erased what's in the recording in case you are using this Blackboard Collaborate Illuminate. You have to erase what was there previously before. Then you hit the record button, as I've just done. Start and resume, yes. And now we're waiting.
Recording started.
And the recording has started. So, welcome everybody. Hello. This is Vance Stevens and Al Line, United Arab Emirates. About to start Learning Together session 356, except it's not, it just happens to be Learning Together 356 because we're streaming tonight. This is the 7th of January 2017. And it's time to start Electronic Village Online for 2017. Actually, the sessions officially start tomorrow. But we decided, since some people want to begin their sessions tomorrow, that we would have the kickoff event on the 7th. That's today. And so we're here with Nina Liakos, our coordinator emeritus, and and constant organizer, someone we certainly appreciate all your administrations. And we're here with several moderators from the EVO sessions, and we're streaming on YouTube. If you go to tinyurl.com/learningtogether, you can find all the details of where the stream is coming in. Let's see. That's working, and the recording is working, and I think we're pretty much ready to go. Nina, did you want to say hi? And Mbarek is here too, by the way, so he's just arrived.
Let's have Mbarek start us out first.
Okay, Mbarek, you're on the spot.
Hello.
Are you ready to talk? Hey.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
Oh, great. I have just managed to get connected. Anyway, so hi everyone. Hi Nelly. Hi Nina. Hi Vance and all the session moderators. I'm really glad to be here among you. And hi all participants. Thank you, Nina. Well,
hopefully we have some participants too.
Yes, there must be some, of course. Yes. So this is a great opportunity to welcome and to wish happy and miracle New Year to everyone, and to wish also happy learning and fruitful learning to everyone. So, by the way, this is the kickoff session of Electronic Village Online 2017, and we really hope that it will be just as fruitful as other sessions, and or even better. So, welcome everyone, and thank you.
So I'm going to jump in here and just say, back in 2006, I participated in my first EVO session. It was called Becoming a Webhead, 2006. And EVO had been going on in one form or another since the year 2000. Vance Stevens, our Master of Ceremonies today, has been involved since the get-go. But for me, my involvement started in 2006, and it was professionally and personally life-changing for me. And I have been involved in one way or another as a participant, as a co-moderator, as a coordinator, ever since then. So it's been an amazing ride. And I'd like to welcome all of you coordinators, moderators, and participants to join us for the 17th iteration of the Electronic Village online, a project originally started by the TESOL Computer Assisted Language Learning Interest section. And our purpose for today is to let the moderators of the different sessions talk a little bit about their session, introduce their moderating team, whether the team is all here or not, and tell us a little bit about the objectives that they have for the session, maybe what makes their session different, how they're feeling as they're starting out. And so I am going to go first to EVO Minecraft MOOC 2017. This is the third year for this session. If there's anybody here from classroom-based research for professional development, design thinking, developing intercultural competence, or do-it-yourself online assessment, please let us know and we'll go to you next. Otherwise, we'll come back around at the end, but I'm going to move now to Minecraft and turn it over to Vance Stevens.
Okay, hi, this is Vance Stevens. I started like from the get-go with EVO. Actually, the get-go was in 2001. I wasn't really involved in it then, but in 2002 I did the first Webheads in Action session, which was an EVO session, and the year after that I became a coordinator of EVO, and I've played around moderating several EVO sessions, but in 2015 I had an idea that I wanted to learn about Minecraft, so I started an EVO session on it. And scrolling down the list of people who are here, I find that Linda Gielen, one of the moderators who's listed there, is present. Let me see, I'll just switch on my video so you can see who I am. Linda, if you'd like to join me in this, please feel free to come on and say a few things. Put a video on if you've got one. And would you like to say hi now to test your mic?
Sure, can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you just fine. Great.
Awesome. Great.
Is there anybody else among us here, or is it just you and me?
I haven't seen anyone else.
Okay. Anyway, as I said, I sort of had the idea to start a Minecraft session on EVO, well, I suppose 3 sessions ago, or in 2015. We did it a second time in 2016, and this is our third time. And so actually Minecraft MOOC is kind of unique in that it's an ongoing community, and we don't just do it year after year, and because of that we've evolved the session quite a bit. We started, actually the first time we did it in 2014, we really didn't have a server until we started accumulated moderators, and one of them said, oh yeah, I can set up a server. So that was Jeff Kuhn, and he did that. And then during that session he brought his colleague Aaron Schwartz on board, and Aaron now is managing our server at Ohio University. And I suppose of the other really active coordinators here, Rose Bard is someone who's interacting quite a lot with us from Brazil. She builds a lot in the server. She's very good working with newcomers. And Mircea Petrascu is a kind of a wizard with Minecraft. He has ways of scripting, creating fantastic builds. Last year he made this fantastic roller coaster. Actually, he and Linda were so active on our server last year that we asked them to be moderators this year. So we're sort of feeding ourselves. And I'd also like to mention that David Dodgson, who's was one of our moderators the first year, has come back to join us. So I don't know what his participation will be, but it's nice to see people coming back into our community, especially when they were moderators and when they have so much expertise to share. So, oh, and then Glenn Irvin is also someone who has a YouTube channel, and he's constantly broadcasting on his YouTube channel. So I'm not sure how he's going to participate in the Minecraft course. Since it's or I should say session. Sorry about that. I said the C word. Since it's really about gamification, we don't always really know what's going to happen when we set up our course. There's the game of Minecraft, which we all want to learn how to play, but then there's also the wider game of gamification, which we're trying to learn about. And so one aspect of that is setting up a syllabus, well, kind of like Facebook. I think of it like Facebook. When you go into Facebook, you go onto the site, you make an account, you go onto the site, and then from there you figure out what to do. And there isn't really a manual or anything like that. You just go to the Facebook game board, and there you are, you start playing. And so we have a Google Plus community, and we go to our community and try to make things self-evident from there. So that's how you play the game with us if you want to learn about gamification and how we support each other and how we try to bring each other up to speed with Minecraft. We have a lot of fun.
Excuse me, Vance.
Go ahead.
We have a couple questions.
Okay.
From Heike. Mm-hmm. One, she asks, when do you meet in Minecraft? Which day and time? And I think she wants to join you.
I would love to
also,
have Heike on.
There was an earlier question, which I believe is, where is Mircea Petrescu based? And I'll turn
Mircea is in Romania. Let's see. Rose, I said, was in Brazil. Linda Gielen, who's going to speak in just a moment, is New Mexico? No, let me think.
San Antonio.
San Antonio, near where I'm from. I'm up from Texas myself. Okay. Yes. All right. I had the climate right anyway. Okay, so yes, and Heike was asking where we meet. That's a very good question, because we haven't really planned a lot of meetings, and the reason we do that is we create a doodle. We sort of make appointments. Actually, we've been meeting during the year. We've been setting quests for each other. It's kind of fun. It's not something we do only during these 2 weeks. And then in the week leading up to this, we set a doodle and we started going onto the server and kind of talking about how we were going to conduct this session. So maybe I could get Linda to talk a little bit more about that. Linda, if someone came onto the session, what would they expect? What would they do?
Well, I think it's just an exploration kind of thing, and we come in at different times because people are obviously in different time zones, and so we try to check the server and see if somebody's on there just to help them out. I guess that's what I'll be doing. I'm new to this as far as being a moderator. I was a participant last year and helped people when they were in the server when I was in it, and decided that I'd like to help again this year as a moderator. But it's really whenever it's kind of open, because the server is always on, and so someone will jump on, and hopefully someone will see that they're there, and we'll jump on with them and help them out if they do need that help.
Yeah, and we use the Doodle tool to set up what it does. It sets up a 24-hour calendar for a week, and then people can sign up that they're available at those times, and then what happens is you see when other people are available, and you can go to the server at that time. So that's the way we've been doing it this past week, and probably maybe almost the only way that really works, unless you just make an agreement with someone to go and meet there, or if someone does set up a date. We haven't really got that far yet. I think what we're going to do, we have to get people whitelisted on the server. We're also unique in that you have to pay $30 to Mojang. I'm not sure how they pronounce that exactly. Do you know, Linda, by the way? Is it Jeff calls it Mojang?
Yeah, I think officially, I think that's how it says, but most everybody around says Mojang. But yeah, I think it's Mojang.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's an Icelandic company, so
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So anyhow, in order to play, you have to have a login, and you have to pay $30 for that. And then once you've got the login, you can download all the software you want, including server software, and you can go onto any other device and play by using your login. But that's all you need, is you just need a login. And once you've done that, then you'll set an account, and we have to have your account name. So actually, if you're going to join us, one thing you really need to do early on is you need to go and find the form where you register at the Google Plus community and fill that in, because it gives us your username, and from that we can whitelist you on our server. So basically, that's what you need to do. You need to get whitelisted on our server. You can join us. It's a lot of fun, and as Linda says, we go and find you there, or if you need any help, we just basically help people. And if we have some people who don't really know, I should say Minecraft has two modes. There's a creative mode and survival mode, and we've evolved to the point now where we actually have two separate servers with kind of a tunnel between them. And so you can start in creative mode, which is benign. You can build anything you want. You can have all the resources you want, and you can start building there, and you can learn how to build and what the resources are, and we can help you there. And if you want to play with monsters, you can pop over to the survival server, and that's a lot of fun too. In fact, that's actually more fun, and that's where we really learn about gamification, because it's where the game really happens, and it's where you learn that although it seems a little daunting because you might die a few times, you will find that your friends there will help you, and that's where you learn what gamification is about, how to help one another. It's kind of like playing on a team. You learn how to pass the ball, you learn how to coordinate with your team members, and basically they make shelters, invite you in, they can feed you, help you survive, and then help you to contribute to the community. So
it sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds great, and I still don't have a new computer, so can't join you, but maybe someday. I think we should maybe move on to the next session now. Do you have any closing thoughts, Vance or Linda?
Yeah, I would just say, just come and have fun. That's mainly our goal, and in having fun, you expand your world, and then through your frustration, your brain grows. Definitely will happen with Minecraft.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And it's a session that's designed to help you experience gamification, so that you can then understand more fully how to implement that in your own courses.
Thank you, Vance and Linda. So we're going to move on now to classroom-based research for professional development, and Joe Gakonga is going to speak briefly about that session. Joe?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, great. Okay, sorry, lovely. I can turn my video on too. Oh, there I am. Hello. Can you see me? Everyone can see me?
Yep.
Great, lovely. So I was only actually asked to introduce this 5 minutes ago. So I'm afraid it's going to be quite informal, but I can see it's only a short time anyway, so that's fine. Can I just ask in the room, is there anybody who's a participant on this particular EVO? No, deafening silence. Okay.
Well, you know what, Joe? Share the link to the recording so that they are at least able to come and listen later. And I would add that for all the moderators, if your participants didn't make it here today, they're probably still finding their EVO feet. And do share the link as soon as Vance posts it in the moderators community.
Yeah, well done. I think that's
Go ahead, Joe.
True. We've got a lot of people who signed up for the, on the waiting list, if you like, in our Facebook group, and then only about 400 or 500, and so far about 150 have sort of got onto the Google site and
wow.
done the initial questionnaire. So I should say, I think people take maybe a little while to find their feet. So as you can see, there are 10 of us on the moderating team. Richard Smith, who's a colleague of mine at the University of Warwick in the UK, is leading it. But it's the first time I've been involved as a moderator. I did do an EVO a couple of years ago, but I'm afraid I was one of the many people who started and then found that life got in the way and dropped out. So, but I'm really happy to be back in EVO land and and giving something back, because I think it's a really great institution, actually, organisation, whatever. So the classroom-based research for professional development is really about looking at your own classroom and identifying an area that you would like to research to improve your practice or to improve your learner's experience, or just for interest's sake. So what we're hoping to do is to help people to identify an area within their own context that they would like to improve, and then to support them to hopefully to do that over the period of 5 weeks. It might be quite short to do the research and get some results back within the 5 weeks, but we'll see, and hopefully at least people will have managed to start something by the time we get through the EVO. We're particularly, Richard Smith's got a particular interest in low resource areas, teaching in difficult circumstances, teaching where there's very large numbers of children in a class, sometimes as many as 200 children in a class, or where there are low resource issues. So that's a kind of a particular interest, and we're hopeful that we'll be able to reach out to people in those kind of circumstances. But it's not only for people like that, it could be for anyone really in any context. So I hope that's given you some idea of what we're hoping to do on this course.
Great, Jo. Thank you so much. Does anybody have a question about this session before Jo disappears?
Yeah, I just saw your question, so it's like action research. That's exactly what it is, yes.
Depends on what country you're in, what you call it.
Absolutely. I think, we've perhaps called it, I've come in, whether this is obviously not the first year this one's run, and maybe it's called classroom-based research in order to make it sound less scary or less technical. I don't know. I can imagine that might be perhaps the reason, but so there are different ways that whether you're talking about exploratory practice or even reflection. It's a long continuum, isn't it? And how it doesn't have to be a very official sort of research that ends up being written up for a journal or something, but it would be something very, very small and contained within your own context. So hopefully not too scary.
Terrific. And where is your moderating team?
You're all over the place. So Richard and Michelle and I are in the UK. Babita is in Nepal. Asli is in Turkey, as is Kenan's in Turkey as well. Paula's in Chile. Amal's in India. Have I got everybody? I think I've covered everyone. So we're from a really wide range of backgrounds and what have you, which I think is interesting and hopefully useful for participants.
You're circling the globe. That's great. That's what I love about EVO.
It is really nice,
Okay.
isn't it? It's not
Thank
really
you so
nice
much.
to work with those people as well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for introducing your session. We have a request now from the TechnoClil team, Letizia and Daniela from Italy, to speak next. So Letizia and Daniela, take it away.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So thank you, Nina. Thank you, Vance, for welcome to our. It's a lot of our Italian colleagues here. So I want to say hello to everybody. So first of all, I want to thank EVO for this great opportunity. We are having now our third session on CLIL. We had one in 2014, one in 2016, and this is the third one. We had last year we had 5,000 participants, and now we are about 3,000. We are almost to 3,000 participants, so we are very happy to reach this high number. And our team is made up of Daniela, myself, and Nelly Deutsch. I want to thank Nelly for support, technical support, and for hosting us in the Moodle. And then we have a foreign moderator helping us also with our Italian colleagues, because we have a huge number of participants from Italy, and so we are also going to help them with the language. So the focus is on CLIL, so content and language integrated learning, how to learn how to deliver subject content in a foreign language, in particular English, through the help of technology. So how technology can enhance language learning and CLIL. And so we're going to, across 5 weeks, we're going to explore different possibilities, different opportunities offered by the net, the web tools, and different sort of applications. We're going to show our participants and guide them in the direct experimentation also with our students. The perspective is on the clear learning, because of course with this high number it's so difficult to give single feedback. So but this is also what we mean to do, so to elicit sharing of ideas, practices, and materials from all over the world, and so I have them exchange this and learn from each other. That's what we did last year, and that was appreciated. We're going to have asynchronous activities in the Moodle, in Nelly's Moodle platform, with weekly tasks and a badge for each week, and final certificate. And this year, the final certificate will also be recognized by the Italian Ministry of Education. So this is a real interesting and an added value for our Italian colleagues, because we have a recent national training plan for teachers in Italy, and so our teachers will have the opportunity to send the certificate within their compulsory training plan. And so this is an added value for us, of course, a great target we reached. So weekly tasks on the Moodle, but always with the with the perspective of hands-on activities, and then our learning diary, which is the digital portfolio where our teachers will have to share their the memories of their learning path across the 5 weeks. And then we have the important dimension. Technically, is also the webinar, the simple webinar that was last year. Was really appreciated. Yes, we have a lot of live events. We want to assure our Italian colleagues that are online now that webinars are not compulsory in order to get the badge, because this was one of the the worries, because we were having a lot of webinars last year as well, because what we found interesting is that a lot of experts, international experts, we were having also the help of our EVO coordinators. We have Vance, we have Helena, Nelly, and Ike. So thank you so much for helping us. But also a lot of international experts in CLIL. So when we say a guru, we are opening with Gisela Langer from the Ministry of Education, and David Marsh, with the inventor of the CLIL acronym. We are opening tomorrow with the opening session at 6 p.m. European Italian time. So a lot of international experts accepted to volunteer for TechnoCLIL, because it's a source of viral. It has become viral among the CLIL community to share their expertise among this this community of peers, community of practice. So this is also what we found out last year. That is a real interesting and viral passion for CLIL really a necessity, and we have to say thank you, thanks to EVO and to this great opportunity. I hope the sound was good, because I'm here. I can read Lydia's problems with the sound. I hope you could hear me. I don't know if Daniela may join us with that's something, or if you have questions. Okay, now. Okay, so Daniela can join us and some problems with the microphone, so she says hello, of course, and we hope to see you in the technical our guests that are here watching us. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks again for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Letizia, and we're so glad that you could be here to talk about your monster session. Last year, TechnoClil exceeded 5,000 participants, which is really unusual for an EVO session, and it looks like they're headed up there almost to 3,000. Anybody that can't hear, well, if you can't hear, you can't hear me now, but I would suggest that you go to the Tools menu above the video screen and choose Audio and Audio Setup Wizard, and you can run the setup there, and that should hopefully help with any problems that you're having. Kevin, I don't know what to suggest about the lag. Are you listening anywhere else at the same time? Anyway,
there will be a lag between the live event. You'll actually pick it up in the stream about 20 seconds later, so a significant lag. But if you would be able to hear it, I suppose. It's in YouTube.
And you've posted the link in the chat. You just have to scroll up a little bit in the chat.
Yes.
Okay, great. So we're going to go, I think, to EVO Village, if I can just find them, where somehow a whole bunch of people got knocked off the moderator list, because this is, I think, the largest team, and I apologize for that. Maybe that happened when we switched to a PowerPoint from Google Slides. But anyway, you can read down your list. We have Heike and Helena, and Randall Sadler is also here, so I don't know who is going to talk first, but take it away.
Yeah, and also Jens is here. So 4 of a total of 17 moderators this year, and I'm pleased to, I'm very, very happy about it. We're looking forward to it tremendously. This year will be a little different to last year, because last year we made, we kind of gave too much instruction. I mean, the EVO Session Village now is about learning to build and script games in virtual worlds. Yeah, it's taking place in Second Life, but 50% of all virtual worlds today are open sim. And of course, building and scripting also takes place in Minecraft, but we left that to Vance to deal with. Now, it's all about games. Gamification is not really the thing, but we try to create our own games. We have language learning games as such in our back pocket, we teachers. And so we try to replicate those in virtual worlds, obviously including the sort of this environment. Helena, do you want to come up as well? Yeah, I just want to mention that this year what we do differently is that last year we had kind of 2 sessions a week of sort of instruction sessions, and then in the last week and in the last session we kind of expected participants to also contribute what they built. And this year we will do this differently. We reduced the input completely to 1 session a week, everything will be recorded, of course. And then we expect the participants to come up with their own productions in the very same week on the second session in the week, which is like Wednesday we meet, we show them how to, for example, create a board game. And then on Sunday we say, look, bring your own board games, let's test it out, I'll try it out. So a lot more emphasis is laid on building, practical building, but Helena can tell you all about this one, yeah, the syllabus. And I just, we're back happy to be online, yeah, with EVO. Do you want to continue, Helena? I'm not sure
Well,
whether you can...
am I loud enough?
Yes, you are. Go ahead.
Okay, great. It's lovely to be back. Hello, everyone. And this is the start of this year's EVO Village. We're welcoming a lot of teachers from all over the world. And in fact, we are hoping to help them find out about the usefulness of using all the affordances, all the potential in virtual worlds. As last year, so this year too, we will be doing tours around virtual environments, and we will be visiting sims just to show everybody how crucial the knowledge and the skill is in the hands of a caring teacher who is fully involved in motivating the learner. All aspects of their personality are activated. So we're hoping to be able to teach them how they can transfer real-life, face-to-face activities into virtual environments. Let me tell you a little bit about our moderators first. We are a very big team of a very experienced team of moderators, starting with Heike Phil and Randall Sadler from Chicago, Illinois, Carol Rainbow from England. In the first week, Anne Nowak from Germany, Panagiotis Moudis from Greece, and Jens Olsen from Denmark will be telling everybody how to create objects and how to even make a dice in order to help participants play. In the second week, Carol Rainbow from England, as I said before, Nuno Lanka from Portugal, Dennis Newson from Germany, I believe, are going to tell everybody how to create poster boards and touch items to give note cards and scripts. But let me paste the link to the front page of our wiki. In the third week, Shelwyn Corrigan from America, San Francisco, Kip Bohan, and Helen Myers from England are going to tell everybody about scavenger hunts. It's going to be great fun, treasure hunts, and how to make mazes. Randall Sadler from Chicago, Nick Swart from Holland, and Hazel Workman from England are going to teach everybody some advanced building in week 4. That's going to be very interesting. And in the final week, Edith Paylett with Doris Molero and myself are going to be looking at interactive games, immersive scenarios, and language learning activities. I ought to say a little bit more before someone else may want to take the microphone, that this year's sponsors are TESOL Greece, Call Ease, ESLIS, VWLLIS, and to join the session you can actually become a member of our Facebook group, which is, let me paste it for you, which is over here. There it is. And I don't know if I've forgotten anything else. Yeah, the sessions will be taking place every Thursday and Sunday from 8:30 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time or 12:30 p.m. SLT, and the sessions will be taking place on EduNation in Second Life, but we will be visiting other virtual worlds too. please feel free to ask me any questions that you may have.
I wanted to mention that all of the sessions will also be live streamed in Adobe Connect. So if you want to join without having to create an avatar, you're most welcome.
Is Randall going to put in a few words?
He
Randall,
doesn't
are you
seem
there?
to have responded.
I suppose
Oh,
I
you
can.
do? Yes,
Yeah,
please.
go ahead.
I have a very cold beagle who's sitting on my lap right now. I just wanted to mention, that the thing with virtual worlds is, if you're not familiar with them, they really give an opportunity to have a space, a virtual space, where you can have groups of people interact in a way that other technologies really can't. All right, whining beagle right now. So they give you some really interesting opportunities, and there's a lot of free stuff out there you can use, and we'll certainly be showing you a number of those. But learning some of these skills that we'll teach in these sessions gives you such a wider range of opportunities as teachers. It gives you tools that will let you do things that most people can't. So that's kind of the purpose of our sessions, and we hope to see you at these. You don't need to have any experience in virtual worlds to join our sessions because we have tutorial materials that you can do at the start as well. That's it for me.
Thank you so much, Heike, Helena, and Randall. Clap, clap, as Heike says. If there are no questions for the villagers, I'd like to move to the flipped learning team. I hope they are ready. I've been poking them in the chat, but I don't know if they were looking. John Graney is here, Kevin Coleman, and Carolina Rodriguez. So, can one of you grab the mic and introduce your team? And I just see that Bedretin has joined with the NNEST team, so I'm really glad to see that. Bedretin, hang around. We're working our way down the list to you. Go ahead, flippers.
Hello, this is Carolina Rodriguez from Bogotá, Colombia. I'm very happy to be on my second year of flipped learning as a moderator. I started out as a participant, and then it grabbed me, and I became a moderator of the session. So the team is amazing. We have John Graney, we have Jeff Magato, both in the States. We have Kevin, who is an American living in Colombia too. He'll say a few words in a minute. We have Khaled in Morocco, and Marta Ramirez and myself in Colombia too. So it's like half Colombia represented in the flipped learning session. Okay, so well, this year we have also made some changes to the flipped learning session because we have had it's the third iteration of the session this year. So we have had people coming back from, for example, 2015, people came back in 2016 to do the session again, and so this year we already have seen some people from Italy doing a repeat, so this is great. So we have made some adjustments and modifications to work with the pillars of flipped learning. So there are 4 pillars. So each one of our weeks is going to be directed or led by one of the pillars. So we are expecting to learn about the participants' context and situations, help them decide what to flip in their language classes. We have already, this is crazy because it's we haven't even started and we already have 148 participants registered and active. So this is going to be really interesting. We have people from all around the world, and not only English teachers, but we also have had some people who teach science, social studies, art. So it's going to be a very interesting session. So we have the 4 pillars of flip. We also have guest speakers. We're going to have John Berkman, who is one of the pioneers of flipped learning. He already confirmed for one of our Sunday synchronous sessions. We are going to have also Robin Brinks Lockwood, and we are still waiting for a couple of people to confirm on their appearance. But we usually have experts who come and visit and talk to our participants on Sunday when we hold our sessions. So this year is going to be great. We have made a few tweaks so we can include, for example, in-class flip, which is an innovation that is being done in some institutions in the States. So we are going to talk about it and teach our participants how to work on it. And so, well, we're just really excited about this new year. So Kevin, John, I saw was around, so we should.
Somebody had better close their microphone.
Yeah. Hana, it's called Hana.
Thank you.
Thank you. So there's Kevin. Kevin, we don't hear you.
Kevin, it sounds like your background is louder than you. Can you use a headset, please?
I think it's because Hana's mic is still activated.
Hana's mic?
Yeah.
Whose mic is it? I'm looking down the list. I can't see
Hana.
it. Hana. Okay, I'll monitor that.
Hana,
Sorry about that.
Thank you, Vance. Couldn't get there in time.
Okay, go ahead.
Kevin?
Kevin seems to be having problems with his microphone.
How about John? Does he want to say anything?
Yeah. Hey, John.
John.
It would be really hard to top what Carolina said. I just want to reinforce, I think that we're shifting the focus a little bit away from the video and more to the classroom this year. It's a concerted effort because this is where flip learning really occurs, is in the classroom. And now I'll turn it back to Carolina. Thank you.
And Kevin, are you? Because I see your video, but we cannot hear you.
Maybe we'd better move on. Perhaps at the end there will be time for Kevin to talk.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to say anything else, Kyle?
No, I think that's all. I just
sounds like a great session. And
okay,
such a trending topic. We're going to move on now to do-it-yourself online assessment. And we have Maha Hassan here, who is going to talk about that. Maha, are you there? Maha. I think she just confirmed that she would be presenting the session. Maha, we don't hear you. Are you pressing talk?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, that's fine. Go ahead. Yes.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, Maha.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you see
Yes,
me?
we can. Can you hear me? Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, can you see me as well?
Yes, we can.
Can you see me? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everybody. It's great to be here with the EVO 17. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, Vance. Thank you, Nelly, for your great support. Yes, yes, yes. Are you following? Are you following me? Yeah. Hello, everybody. Hello. Yeah.
Maha, we can hear you. Just
Okay,
talk,
can you hear
please.
me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Please go ahead, Maha. You have only 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay. Am I clear now?
Yes, you have
Yes,
been
you are.
clear since the outset.
Hello. It's great to be here on EVO 17 this year. It's great to start 2000. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. It's great to start 2017 with EVO. I think this is a lucky. Yeah.
Come on, please don't stop. You just talk.
Maha, don't pay attention to the lag. If you turn off the stream, you will not experience the lag. But for us, it's okay. I know it's very disconcerting when you're speaking. But if you could just sort of power through it.
I think this is a lucky start for me. And we are going. Okay, it's a lucky start for me, and I thank EVO for giving me this chance. We are going to be working on.
Maha, please don't use both the streamline and the Blackboard collaborate. Can you just close the other sources of the stream? We can hear you, Maha. You just talk.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, yes, we can hear you. Come on, please.
What do you think of that, Mr. Kitten?
Hello?
Oh, even Mr. Kitten got skin. You alright, mate?
Hello?
Nina, can you please ask the following session leader?
Yeah, I can speak for DIY, the online assessment, if that's okay. I'm sorry, Maha is probably experiencing some really bad lags. In any case, the DIY is going to be on Moodle for Teachers, so you're all invited to join. Maha is from Egypt, so is Aya, and this is Nelly Deutsch, and I'll also be helping out on DIY. So you're all welcome to join us. Thank you.
Nelly, could you say just 1 minute?
Yes.
I know what DIY is, but maybe not everybody does, and what you're going to do in the session. Just very briefly.
Basically we're going to use different programs to show how you can use online assessment with your students. It doesn't have to be just for an online environment. It's actually for a blended format where you're face-to-face, but you're using online assessment tools with your classes. Is Maha back? Is she able to speak? I hear something in the background there. Yes, Maha, go ahead. But we also hear someone in the background. I'll mute my mic.
I think we better go ahead to the next session. It's ICT for ELT, and we have Jose Antonio da Silva, Sanya Bozinovic, Maria Bossa, and possibly Ayat Tawel. At least those are the ones that I know are here. Maybe a few other people. So go ahead, ICT for ELT team.
Okay, hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay, great. So this is Ayat Tawil from Egypt, and we are the group of ICT for ELT. That's not a new session. That's a session we have been running for 3 years, and this is our 4th year. And I would like to welcome everybody and our friends from the team. We have Jose from Brazil, and we have Sanya from Croatia, Maria from Argentina, and we have the rest of our team. So I guess somebody else is coming in. I can hear someone else. Okay, shall I go on?
Yes, please, just go. If GA would like to talk after you.
Could I ask, if you're not speaking, can you please mute your mic? Someone's on their mobile phone, I think. What we could do is we could reduce the number of speakers to 1.
Yes,
and
Vance, I can hear other people speaking at the same time, not just you, but there are
yes,
some other mics open as well.
Let me reduce the number of mics, and I'll give me a moment, and I'll try to fix that problem. Hang on.
Just go on, Ayat. Can you please go on, please?
Okay, so is it clear now? Yep. Okay, great. So let me go on. So I was just saying that this is one of the best sessions for people who are starting the use of ICT for ELT. So beginners and also very experienced teachers as well. So we have everything for both kinds of teachers. So we are starting week 1 with an introduction, and people and participants are getting to know our community. So we are using Google Plus community, and we are using a wiki for our content as well. So we do the introductions, and we get to know some of the tools, and we also give our participants a live session as a tutorial for wikis and how to use them, because that's one of our main tools. In week 2, we are talking about communication tools. So we're talking about audio, video, and chat communication tools, and how to use some synchronous and asynchronous tools, text, chat, and voice interactions. So we're introducing Skype and Twitter as 2 of the tools we're going to use in week 2. So we're going to have live sessions with our participants in Skype and in Twitter. And we're also introducing this year something new, which is mobile learning in week 2. And this is the new area that we're exploring with our participants this year. And everybody's just getting, as you can see, most of our participants here are using mobile phones even for attending the session. In week 3, we're going to deal with presentation tools, blogs, and wikis. So we're going to introduce Animoto, Flickr, YouTube, and PhotoPeach, different tools, and we're getting our participants to do presentations and use videos, pictures, and photos. Then in week 4, we're going to have interaction exercises and quizzes. So we're going to introduce lots of interactive exercises and quizzes tools and how to make our own exercises and quizzes. We're also introducing blogs and wikis, and Edmodo will be our main tool, so we are introducing it in week 4. We're also going to wrap up and introduce some tools to cooperate among our participants in week 5. So that's the week 4 reflection mainly, and opening the chance for everybody to start future collaborative projects among participants. And we're going also to introduce our participants to Webheads in Action, which is the community that we like. It's the beginning for all the future of technology and communication. And what we're going to do this year, other than introducing mobile learning, is that we are going to have very well-known speakers. So we are going to have in week 2, Nikki Hockley, who's going to talk about mobile learning. And she's one of the very well-known speakers in that field. And she's going to, I think, share lots of new and very interesting tips with our speakers. We are also going to have Nick Peachy in week 3 to talk about digital media tools. Again, another very well-known speaker who is going to inspire us and our participants this year. So we're going to have Ariana in week 4 introducing tools for online assessment and for interactive exercises. So that's mainly what we're going to have. And we have about, now in our community, we have about 70 participants already in our Google Plus community. So that's mainly what we're doing, and we are inviting you all to join us. Thank you. Yes, 75. Thank you, J.A. If anybody else, Tanya or Maria, would like to add something, thank you.
Okay, so thank you. Thank you very much for that. It seems really exciting. We're going to go on now, unless there are questions in the chat. So if you've got a question, feel free to add it in the chat. All right, we're going to go on to Moodle for Teachers. All right.
Yep,
so
that's
Moodle
you.
for yes. Oh, I didn't know you were still here.
I'm still here.
Okay,
No, I'm
sorry.
leaving in about 10 minutes.
Okay, so good. So you can go ahead. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay. I just wanted to mention that I don't know if Anna Krulaps is going to be able to be here from experiential learning because of connectivity problems with Blackboard Collaborate, and it doesn't work on her phone either. But it's not for lack of trying. So anyway, I will close my mic now, and Nelly, you go ahead.
Okay, Nelly, I'll put in another mic. I'm not sure if someone else has it. But anyway, I'm trying to limit the number of mics so that we don't have extraneous sound problems.
Okay, so I presume I'm audible. Let me know in the chat box if you have problems hearing me. So Moodle for Teachers, as I said, is in its 6th year on EVO. And we're really excited because every year we learn from our participants, from everyone, and we make changes. This year we've added another component so that teachers are able to create their own courses, their own Moodle courses at the end once they go through the process. There's also a lot of collaboration among the members of Moodle for Teachers EVO for 2017. There are there are 3 moderators. In our first years, we had over 1,000 participants, but we're not trying to get too many because we find that it's better for the participants to work in teams, in small teams, and if we have a lot of members, they have to work in huge teams of over 100, which is ridiculous. The moderators this year And for the past 6 years, I guess, is Thomas Hodgers. He's been moderating all this time. And we've got a new moderator, Katerina Krasikova. She's from Russia. Tom Hodgers is originally from Liverpool, living in Venezuela. And you can see me there as well. What's great about Moodle for Teachers is the fact that you also learn to teach online or in blended learning format, and you learn how to use various tools such as video creating tools like Screencast-O-Matic, because the way we help our participants learn about Moodle is by having them teach. And they do this by creating video tutorials as they document what they learn, the process, so that everyone can learn from everyone, because the videos are shared, and it really helps them remember everything that they've learned. So I think that's it. Nina, if you're still here, you can tell me, and we can go on to the next one.
I am still here, and I don't have anything to report from Anna Krulatz at the moment. She may send me something, but I may not be here to get it. Maha, can you be patient until the end, I think? Here are the sessions that we still have to hear from. Bedretin for NNest, Sibel for QR codes, Olya for teaching listening. I don't think we have anybody here from teaching pronunciation differently. Let me know if I'm wrong about that. Anna for experiential learning, but she isn't here, sadly. Design thinking, I haven't seen anybody here today that I'm aware of. And developing intercultural competence through online resources. Those are the sessions that still have to go. Oh, and Rosalind is here. Thank you for TPD. Great. Okay, so how about if we jump now to Bedretin for NNest? And Nelly, after that, while Bedretin is speaking, I'm going to have to close up my shop, and I will listen on my phone on my way to my next appointment. Thank you for taking over with moving the slides. So we're going to
I thought I was moving them all the time, but maybe I wasn't. Maybe I thought I was moving the slides.
Well, I've been moving them, and I'm going to move one right now. Do you see it?
Well,
did it just change to NNest?
It did change.
Okay. So maybe Nelly isn't the best person to do the slide changing, because it seems like she's only changing her own slides. Vance, I have to go. So after this, I'm going to leave this to somebody. I'm sure somebody's going to pick up and
figure it
move
out.
Slides. Yeah, I'm sure you will. I want to wish everybody a fabulous EVO session. I'm sorry that I have to go, but I'm going to a volunteer training for therapeutic horseback riding, and I must not be late. So have a good rest of the kickoff and a wonderful next 5 weeks. We will see you around.
Thanks for
Thank you very much, Nita.
to our session.
Thank you. Bye. Vance, can you please promote me to a moderator session?
Will do.
Hello, everyone. Do you hear me?
We can hear you.
Great. This is the endless intersection EVO that has been, or used to be, organized by Aidin Ye, which was great. I really want to thank her right now if she's here, which I don't think she is here, but she worked a lot for EVO before NNest IS as well. But this year because she was really busy, and we Nathaniel, Rudolph, and I we're still learning how to do that, but it's been a nice orientation and workshop for us to get to know how it works. And this year our moderating team includes 6 people, including myself, Nathaniel, Rudolph, Aiden Iye, Geeta Anisha, Michael Karras, and Kara McDonald. And we have 5 weeks in our syllabus. Our main idea this year is to go beyond the dichotomy of native and non-native English speakers in TESOL, because it's going to be mostly research-based and discussion-based, and we want our participants to experience some sort of paradigm shift from the dichotomous understanding of native and non-native to more like post-structuralist, very like a non-binary understanding of how teachers identify themselves as teachers without, without sticking too much to their linguistic identities. So that's why we have, the first week will be pretty much about the community itself, our NNEST community in TESOL, and we're going to introduce everybody. Then the following week, Nathaniel will talk about what do we mean by moving beyond idealized native speaker. Then week 3, Geeta Anisha, from her recent paper, she's going to talk about native speaking or non-native speaking. It's a performative way of understanding identity construction and negotiation. Then the week 4 will include our guest speaker, Anna Solana Campus. She also discusses the ways to go beyond binaries and how those, what are the implications or ramifications of the binary or going beyond them in the context of neo-colonial bilingualism as well. And the last week, Rashi Jain from Maryland, she's going to talk about the translingualism in TESOL and how translingualism or translanguaging as well informs our discussions in NNEST. Although we still keep the name of NNEST, non-native English-speaking teachers, we have been discussing the fact that the name does not anymore hold because the community has expressed the concerns regarding the name because it doesn't match us anymore. We should just go beyond in terms of nomenclature as well. So I think that's pretty much all for this session. We invite you all to our session. Currently we have 35 members on Google+. Hopefully we'll have more, but please just feel free to come over to our Google community and join us, please. Thank you all, EVO coordinators, for coordinating this. I think it's going to be an amazing EVO session as always.
Thank you, Badruddin.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Is there anybody from your team who would like to say a word?
I think I'm the only one who is here from our team because they're from all different countries. I think they couldn't make it today, and yeah, I think I'm the only one here.
Okay, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so you are invited to to talk if you have anything to add.
Sure.
Any questions from participants? All right, so let's move to this following session. It's about QR codes in action. Stephen, are you there? Adam Simpson? Let's go into...
I'm here.
Yeah, welcome.
Hi. Hi everyone from a snowy day in Istanbul. Can I have my slides on?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, can I have my slides? Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, this is my first experience as a moderator in EVO, and my colleagues as well. Adam is here as well, together with us. And as I said, I think she couldn't make it because of the terrible weather conditions. The internet is a bit slow today, it comes and goes. That's why I think she couldn't join us. With the QR code selection, we are all here together, and I'd like to thank Nelly for her support and encouragement. Actually, the idea all started in a webinar, in Moodle Mood webinar in August, which Nelly organized. And we are 3 of us. We are all from Istanbul, from Sabancı University. We work as English instructors there, and we'd like to share our experience that we have with our students with QR codes in our university. Okay, so Adam, you can just have a look at his video here, which we have on our wiki page, and also the bucket on the next slide, I guess. All right, and yes, I'm just giving you time to enter. This is me, all right, in the garden in our university. This picture was taken. And we'd like to thank to our participants. I just checked, and we have got 66 participants, which is a good number for us. As the first, I mean, as our first experience in EVO, and hope we will continue. I haven't put much on my slides about the session because I did this on purpose to arouse interest, and maybe we will have more participants after this intro session, the Kickoff web chat. We're going to offer, we're going to share actually our experiences, so we'll be giving lots of ideas about how to use QR codes in classroom and outside classroom. It is not only QR codes, participants, sorry, somebody just jumped in, I guess. It is, right? Should I wait for a while, maybe? Okay.
I got it.
So it's not only, yeah, thank you. Okay, it's not only QR codes that we're going to be introducing, or we're just giving ideas about how to use them, but also we will be introducing some other platforms, and the tasks are based on our participants' experiences, so they'll be able to share them on different platforms, such as Padlet or Blank Space, or we will be doing some tasks like treasure hunt games. So I hope our participants will enjoy the session, and it is going to be our first experience, so we're all excited and looking forward to it happen. Thank you. Any questions? Or Adam, you're here, I guess. Do you have anything to add, or have I missed any? I don't know. And I would like to thank Nelly again for the platform. We're going to use her Moodle platform for the sessions, and we'll be offering badges and a certificate at the end. Anybody? Any questions? Adam, would you like to add something?
Thank you, Sibel. Well,
Okay,
if there is any
thank
question, please, welcome.
Okay, thank you. Right, nobody has a question, I guess. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Much, Sibel. So we are moving to the following
Okay.
listening
All right. Thank you. Bye.
listening. Goodbye, Sibel.
Bye.
Principal techniques and technologies.
Hi everybody, can you hear me?
Yes, you're welcome.
Okay, this here says, okay, thanks. So, hi everybody, I'm Olisa Giva, and I wanted to introduce our session on teaching listening. And so, basically in our session, I'm going to be really brief, I think, and basically in our session we're going to look at some ways to teach listening that go beyond just using the materials and tasks in the course book. And we are going to, there are going to be 3 main strands in the session. So the first thing that we're going to do through the whole 5 weeks is looking at ways to encourage the learners to listen autonomously and take charge of their own listening. And so because everybody knows that it's one thing to point the learners in the direction of some useful sites, and it's another way for them to start actually using them. And so we have with us Lizzie Pinard, who has been experimenting with that quite a lot, and she's going to basically help the participants along the way with this learner autonomy project. We are also going to talk to experiment a lot with using authentic materials, and we are also going to look at a range of tasks that research shows learners really need, but for one reason or another, these task types are mostly absent from a lot of course books. So these are the 3 strands that we're going to be looking at. So, and this is going to be a very practical session, so every week the participants are going to design some kind of activity and try it out in class, share their reflections, and basically try a lot of things out. So we are using Nelly Deutsch's platform, Moodle for Teachers. We want to thank her for allowing us to do this. And we have something like 200 participants now, and I've been reading everybody's introductions, and it's already very exciting because I can see that people come from a very good variety of backgrounds, and everybody's bringing some unique experience in teaching listening, and I think this is going to be a very exciting 5 weeks of sharing experiences and ideas. So that's all from my side.
Oh, thank you very much, Olaya. Okay, this is a very interesting session. I really hope you will get more participants, more and more.
Thanks.
Do you have any questions? If there are any questions, please put them forward. Okay, thank you, teaching, listening team. Now we move to the following team. It's about teaching pronunciation differently. Piers, are you there?
Can you hear me? Not getting any
Yes, yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Okay, good. So as you can see, we have 3 moderators. We have Piers Messon, who's the phonetician on the team. Carrie Terry is our link to the classroom. She's a classroom teacher of English, and I'm a retired classroom teacher of English. So this is teaching pronunciation differently, and the differently is we're using the articulator approach, which means that we don't use any listening exercises until way past the beginning of the course. So it's a completely different way of thinking about teaching pronunciation, and which works very well. In fact, as you know, you perhaps know that Adrian Underhill said pronunciation teaching is the Cinderella of language teaching. And I think this is true. One of the reasons why it doesn't work very well is that a lot is done on teaching people to pronounce by teaching them to listen. And so we're taking a completely different tack. In week 2, we'll be dealing with speech reading. This is not something that's normally dealt with, but what it is that most languages are breathed simply with a current of air that comes out. This is quite different in English. In English is breathed with pulses of air, and this is what creates the stress system. So we'll be looking at this. In week 3, we'll be looking at the articulatory setting, which is an idea that whose time has really come. Now it's possible to demonstrate this using MRI scans, which we'll be showing. And just as sports, for example, this would be fencing, and you can't play golf with a fencing stance, and you can't play fencing. You can't fence with a golf stance. In the same way, languages have different articulatory settings. If you try to speak English with a French setting, well, then you have a French accent. And so in week 3, we'll be looking at how to give people the articulatory setting that goes with English, and this is certainly one of the best ways of teaching people to speak English with an English accent. Then week 4, we'll be looking at sounds. How do you teach sounds? Especially, how do you teach sounds if you give yourself if you say to yourself that you're not going to be doing listening exercises. So we'll deal with this. And then in week 5, it's putting it all together. We'll be giving people, this is something that we've added, in fact. We did very little classroom work last time, and this time we'll be doing a lot more things on classroom activities to help people. This basically is what we'll be doing. We're having, I'd say 95% of it will be offline, but we are having live sessions. Every Wednesday we'll have a live session at 12 o'clock midday GMT, and on Thursdays at 6 p.m. And we hope to cover most of the world this way. People will just have to, well, we hope they'll be able to come. So that's all that I have to say. If anyone has any questions, I'd be very happy to answer. I'm looking at the box at the moment. Any questions? Okay, fine. So I'll turn off my microphone. What do we get? Ah, yes, there is a certificate at the end of the course. Absolutely. This is the first year we've done this, but we've decided to give certificates at the end of the course. There'll be a quiz each week, and that will be the certificate. The certificate will be for those who manage the quiz. So there you go. Looking forward to seeing you. We already have 165 people signed up, and we're on Schoology this year, and unfortunately for us, Schoology had a big problem this week. They were out of action for 24 hours, so we lost quite a few, I think we lost quite a few people who were not able to actually get in. So there you are. Looking forward to seeing any of you who would like to come, and that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Roz. I don't know if Mbarek has stepped away for a moment, but
I was asking her what platform she is using.
Ah.
All right. I will just asking Rosalind what platforms her team are using for the session.
You mean for the one that just the one on pronunciation?
She said she was using Schoology.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hear me? All right, now you can hear me. Yes, we're using Schoology. That's the only one we're using. What we wanted to do was get away from having two platforms, because last year we had, well, something like 350 people, but not all of them were on both platforms, which of course destroys the whole system. So this year we've decided to try Schoology to see if we could get everything onto the one platform, with the hope that we wouldn't lose anybody along the way. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, are you back with us, Mbarek? Let's see if I can figure out what we're doing next. I'm guessing, could this be design thinking coming up? There's somebody queued on the video. Who is? Oh, is that Mbarek?
No, that was Nelly. I'm moving the slides now.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right, so the next session is teaching EFL to young learners, and you can see that we've got people from different countries. We've got Charles Goodger coming to us from Italy. Charles is originally from the UK. We've got Julie Pratton, Kaznak. She's coming to us from Turkey and the UK, Susan Broader, who's coming to us from Italy, and Nevis, who's coming to us from Australia. And the way we're going to be doing it is, let me see if I can get to the slides here. Here we are. We'll have speakers. Nevis Teresi is going to be speaking about board games. I'll be speaking about storytelling. Charles Goodger is going to be speaking about action songs, and Julie Kasnitz is going to be talking about zero to low resources. Everything is connected to teaching EFL to young learners, mostly face-to-face because that's how they do it, but we'll also be adding online components and how to create various content for young learners through household items that Julie will be talking about, and storytelling that is fully online, videos, and creating different content and stories for the young learners, and of course action songs that's going to be added with fun songs, and board games so that students can actually, I mean, the young learners can be also creating board games along with the teachers. So it's going to be quite exciting. We've been doing this. This is the third year of teaching EFL to young learners. So we're really excited about that. We'll be having live online sessions once a week on Sundays around noontime or around 10 o'clock, depending on the presenter, but it's going to be on Sundays. And I think that's it. You'll be awarded badges for doing the sessions. In other words, for being involved and creating different content material. And there'll be a final certificate at the end. A little bit about the presenters. You can see them right here. And that's it. Thank you, Mbarek. And thank you, everyone, for listening.
And
thanks,
you.
Lily.
Yes.
Thanks, Lily.
Go ahead, Mbarek.
It's a very interesting session, yeah. I would just suggest if Nelly would like to present the other sessions she moderates. Would you like Nelly to introduce the other sessions?
Design thinking?
Mbarek, I'm not sure which session you had in mind, but just tell me and I'll get the slides for that. Is it design thinking?
Design thinking.
Yeah, design thinking. I can talk about it. Yeah, because I'm their
great.
mentor. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Hi,
Yeah.
hi,
Okay.
Jose.
All right.
Okay.
Hi. Okay. Design thinking is, in
Jose.
my view, I'm presenting from my perspective as their mentor. It's a very interesting session. First, because it's all about innovation, and it's something that is becoming very trendy right now. Just at the school where I teach, I mean, they are introducing design thinking, and it has to do with the whole process of innovation, because innovation just doesn't happen. There are steps to build, to implement innovation, and it's not just in school, in every environment that you can think of. I mean, so this is very trendy. One thing that's interesting about this session, first, is the platform that they are using. They are using OneNote, and I had never seen OneNote used the way that you're using. You can put all your content in OneNote. You can create like tabs and put all the content. Let me just talk about the session itself, all right? So week one, there are the introductions as usually, but all in OneNote. The links are all there. You know, they are getting started. It's a very hands-on session. You know, at the end, there is a project. So in week one, it's just the introduction. They have a tutorial on how to use OneNote, because it will be something new for most of the people joining in, myself included. In week two, they are going to analyze more theory about design thinking. There's a lot of discussion in week two. They do have a guest speaker, okay, it's Alexei Marinko, okay, from Canada. This is a very important speaker in this field. So this is for week 2. In week 3, okay, they are going to talk about the steps for design thinking. So they're going to start working on a project and define basic concepts related to innovation, like ideate and everything, okay, and some resources also for reading. In week 4, there is like prototyping, testing, and implementing. And finally, in week 5, they are going to finish the project. So all participants will work on a project based on design thinking. The platforms they are using is like OneNote for their content. They have Google Plus community for communication, but they are also using other platforms such as Padlet and ThinkLink to produce videos. So it's a very interesting session from what I saw. The moderators, by the way, are Margareta, okay, Kaliuzina. I'm sorry if I misspelled that. There is Ludmila, all right. And there is Anna Garushka, okay, Irina Kovachuki, and Helena. So there are these 5 ladies that are moderating. And so far, about 50 people or something have joined the session, right? So that's basically what I had to say. There was something that Nelly posted. I don't know if it was from one of the moderators. I felt just like it would be fine to present the session. So that's what I have to say. I hope you guys join the session.
Oh, thank you very much, GA. This is a very interesting session too. I really love that OneNote, which is the platform they have chosen to use. It's a Microsoft product, but it's really a powerful tool, which is not really very familiar or popular among teachers. However, I took a similar course on Microsoft Communication on design thinking, and it is really very interesting.
There's something very trendy. I mean, it's coming now, and I think it's something very interesting for teachers. It involves like redesigning your teachers, redesigning the space you teach, because you don't think about this.
Exactly,
you know? You will never think about it. If you look at schools, they're all the same. If you blindfold somebody and put them in any school in this world, they don't know where they are, you know, because I mean, classrooms are all the same, and the procedures we adopt sometimes are the same. So innovation is really important.
Yes, absolutely. If there are no questions, we can move to the following session, which is experimental learning in teacher education.
Now I'm going to speak here for Anna, who's been trying to come into the room for I think over an hour now, or I don't know, for a long time.
Welcome, Nelly. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll be talking, and this is what Anna, oops, I just missed it. It's in the chat box. I think everybody could probably see it, but I just lost it. I had it, and can you see it, Mbarek? I don't know. I had it.
Do you want me to read it? I've got it here.
No, okay, I see it. I see it.
Okay.
So she says this session promotes experiential learning in EFL teacher education as a way to strengthen the link between theory and practice in English as a foreign language. Teachers' pedagogical practice. She says that they will focus on on reflecting and learning from each other. Participants will reflect on their own teaching and implement active learning strategies such as loop input in the teacher training courses they teach. And I think that this is probably what most EVO sessions are about. So it's really exciting that we have, I think, experiential learning. So anybody here from experiential learning or would like to add, feel free to do.
Okay, Nina, who is in a car, says that the other moderator is on a plane now. And we do have, do we have more slides, or are we toward the end of them now, Nelly?
Yes, we do, Vance. Yeah,
Okay.
there. First of all, I'm not sure about intercultural, if anyone is here. From Developing Intercultural, Danielle, Evelyn, or Freddie, or is anyone here? And then, of course, we have Maha, who's here and would like to try again. She had some problems, so maybe, Vance, can you give the mic to Maha? And then
Yes, of course. She can just grab it. What's the session?
Yeah.
What's the name of the session?
Okay, hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, Maha, we can. Go ahead.
Hi. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes. What's
Yes,
the name of
Maha,
your
I
session?
can hear you. You're welcome.
Oh, DIY.
Can. Thank you. Hello, everybody, once more, and Happy New Year. I'm glad to be on EVO this year with all of you, and thank you, Vance and Akaddar and Nelly. Special thanks to Nelly for her great support. And I would like to speak briefly about DIY or do-it-yourself online assessment. I got interested in doing research about assessment, especially online assessment, during the 2016. And I have given it in the form of training and different sessions on different conferences. And I thought, why not introduce it on EVO as well? So as you know, it's divided on 5 weeks. The first 2 weeks, the first week is going to be an introduction. We are going to apply with teachers online assessment, the idea of online assessment face-to-face first for young learners. And then for the second week, we are going to try with the teens and others highly or more complicated exercises and practice. On the third and fourth weeks, we are going to apply it online. We are going to apply different online tools like Socrative and Kahoot on the third week, and Edmodo Wiki and Cambridge on the fourth week. And on the last week, we are going to have a wrap-up or a sum-up for the whole course. Every Sunday, we are going to have a session at 4 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time in order to work with the teachers and interact with them. And there is going to be an assignment for teachers on every week. While we work with the teachers on every session on different topics, as I have mentioned, and then they are going to have an assignment to try to apply it on their own classes or their own work, and then give us the feedback during the week and discuss things online on the platform, on the Moodle platform. And by the beginning of the next week on the Sunday session, we are going to discuss the outcome of their work. The aim of our course mainly is to help teachers to find out that it's very easy to turn their hard lessons into simple interactive exercises in class, and they can even integrate technology in their work to facilitate it and help students to learn better and perfect the language in a much better way. Thank you. Okay, are you around?
Thanks, Maha. All right.
Yes.
Maybe can you go back to the slides?
Which slide would you like now? The last one?
Yeah. Yes. Before, I think design.
Developing intercultural. Is that the one?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Is anyone here from Developing Intercultural Competence?
Danielle, Evelyn, or Freddie, are you there? We may move to the following slide. Nelly, what do you think?
I think we're finished, actually. I think we've gone through everything from what I can see.
That's wonderful.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we've gone through everything.
We circled.
We talked about Minecraft.
To Minecraft.
No, we've talked about everything, so I think.
Oh, wonderful.
Yep.
So we covered it all.
Yep, except for developing intercultural, but there's no one here, so.
Nobody here, so.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hopefully they'll be online tomorrow. Yeah, when things start.
Yeah, I would just like to invite anyone who is interested to say a word from the participants, the moderators, to jump in the mic and say a word. Yeah? Anyone would like to try it?
Anybody have any questions? Something we can answer? We're the coordinators. How many people do we have left here?
All right. So, what do you think, Vance? Can we close?
Yeah, we've been going for quite a long time, almost 2 hours. So
yeah, sure.
I think we should get some rest before we start tomorrow.
Okay, so first of all, I shouldn't forget to thank you very much, Vance, for all this, let's say, great work you have done to prepare the platform and to send invitations and everything related to preparing the Blackboard Collaborate platform. Thank you very, very much.
Well, we work as a team, Mbarek. Thank you for all you've done.
Now here you did it alone. It was not a teamwork here. Well, Nelly and Nina and the other moderator coordinators like GA, Ayat, Christine. Shouldn't forget Maria, Busa, and all the other, let's say, coordinators. So thank you very much for the great work you have done. Thanks for all the moderators who have been doing a great job to prepare their sessions and to present them today here in the Kickoff session. Thanks for all the participants who are here or listening or following the streams. So thanks everyone for joining us and for making this event a great session. Vance, get the mic, please.
Yes, well, thanks very much. Thank you, Nelly, for doing the moderation and providing the platform for probably about half the sessions here. Are you still there, Nelly?
Yep, I'm here. Thank you. I'm just wondering if Christine, since she's here, maybe she'd like to say a few words. It would be nice to have her voice recorded in this EVO 2017 kickoff.
Hi everyone, I'm going to try this. My microphone, unfortunately, my external mic is not connecting to this, so I hope I don't have a lot of feedback here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, I'm glad to be in this and it sounds like a really wonderful EVO session. Lots of great sessions that being offered and lots of moderators. It's really surprising how this keeps growing. So I'm very excited to see what will be happening, and I might join in on a couple of things that, things that at my job are getting hectic every year, so I'm not sure how much time I'm actually going to have. But I know everything is in good hands, so I'm really happy to see everything here, and I'm happy to be working as an advisor with the coordinators. So thank you all very much for the great work that you do.
Is that a hand up, Nelly?
No, I wanted to clap for Christine, because Christine started this whole thing. I mean, she was one of the people that started it. So actually, this wouldn't be happening if it weren't for the initiative that came from TESOL Call IS, and Christine was one of these people. Yeah. And you, Vance, I presume, too, right?
Well, Christine was there in 2001. That's when it started, when it first was conceived by the Call interest section, and then I came along in 2002. So Christine is one of the founders. So we certainly appreciate all the effort. So I guess we're probably not going to go on for very long. The way I generally conduct these Blackboard sessions is I kind of leave the mic open until people stop talking. Then I stop the mic, stop recording, and what has to happen is everybody has to leave the room in order for the recording to get set on the Illuminate servers. And it is Illuminate, by the way. So
I just
yes.
forgot to thank John and Carolina and Nelly, I think, and Mariana. So sorry to forget, and Elizabeth, and so thank you all. I'm sorry for forgetting to do it in the first season.
Yeah, so anyway, if anybody has anything to say, you're welcome to say it now. And if people are here but not really at their computers, we'll just gently show you the door and nudge you out of the room. But basically, everybody has to go in order for the recording to get set. And the recording is still on. If you have anything else to say, we're not trying to stop prematurely. So if you've got anything on your mind, go ahead and tell us. And Sydney says, tell us when to say bye. You can say bye in voice if you want. Great way to start the year, says Judy. Okay, so this is the EVO Electronic Village Online 2017 session kickoff. Okay, and and this is also Learning Together, session 356, episode 356. So, and it's the 7th of January 2017. So I'll be stopping the recording in a moment. And I want to wish everybody a good night and a very happy new year and an excellent 5 weeks session. And I'm sure we'll all learn a lot. We all learn from each other, by the way. So bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye, Vance. Thank you very much again. Goodbye, everyone.
Recording stopped.
Okay, that's the recording. We'll hit the stream now. Got several things to stop here. Okay, let's see. How do I do this? Stop the stream. I think I never did figure out how to stop this. I think I just close it. Exit. Yep. Stream is active, but as far as I know, that's it. Unless there's some... I'm curious about this. Let me see. Yeah, no.